In the grand theater of international sports, where nations come together and rivalries are put on the world's biggest stage, some moments make you question reality itself. These are the moments that echo far beyond the field, shaking fans and officials alike. On September 28, 2025, FIFA dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the sports world. The United States was stripped of its 2026 World Cup hosting duties, a decision no one saw coming. The tournament, except for a handful of opening matches in Mexico, would now be hosted almost entirely by Canada, a stunning twist in the saga. This isn't a minor change, it's the world's biggest sporting event, yanked away at the last minute, leaving organizers scrambling and fans reeling. The World Cup draws billions of viewers from every corner of the globe, uniting people in a shared passion for the beautiful game. It injects billions of dollars into host economies. Cities spend years, sometimes decades, preparing stadiums, hotels, and transport for this moment. So moving it now is a logistical and political earthquake. Shockwaves are global. Europe questions American stability. South America debates fairness, and governments everywhere scramble to respond. Meanwhile, the US is left furious, confused, and searching for answers as dreams of a homegrown soccer spectacle vanish overnight. The 2026 tournament was meant to be America's soccer celebration, a sequel to 1994's success, a chance to inspire a new generation. Instead, it's become a cautionary tale about politics, broken promises, and the fragility of international deals that can collapse in an instant. How did the American dream of hosting the world's biggest party turn into a Canadian reality, rewriting history in the process? Let's unpack the wild story that's only just begun, and explore how a single whistle changed the fate of nations. To truly understand this fiasco, let's rewind to the pivotal year of 2018, when the world's attention was fixed on the future of global football. At that time, FIFA was searching for a host for its newly expanded 48-team World Cup, a tournament set to be bigger and more ambitious than ever before. The United Bid, an unprecedented partnership between the US, Canada, and Mexico, promised a seamless, profitable, and continent-spanning tournament, uniting three nations under one sporting vision. The US was set to host 60 out of 80 matches, including all the high-stakes knockout rounds and the grand final. Canada and Mexico would each host 10 matches, bringing the World Cup to new cities and fans. The US brought massive modern stadiums and a proven track record. After all, the 1994 World Cup in the US still holds the all-time attendance record, a testament to American enthusiasm for the sport. FIFA was enticed by the financial windfall and security the US could guarantee, making the bid almost irresistible from a business perspective. Canada's role, while significant, was somewhat secondary. Two cities, Toronto and Vancouver, would host matches, marking a historic moment for Canadian soccer and inspiring a new generation of fans. Mexico, with its deep-rooted football culture and storied past, would have the honor of opening the tournament at the legendary Estadio Azteca, a stadium steeped in World Cup history. The United Bid came to symbolize North American unity, cross-border cooperation, and the shared dream of hosting the world's biggest sporting event together. On June 13, 2018, FIFA's member nations overwhelmingly voted in favor of this bold vision, choosing North America to host the 2026 World Cup. The North American dream was officially born, igniting hope and excitement across the continent. But today, that once bright dream lies in tatters, overshadowed by controversy and disappointment. So, how did it all unravel? What went wrong with the original North American dream? The cracks started on the political stage, not the soccer field. In 2024 and 2025, former President Trump made public comments questioning the safety of US host cities, suggesting matches be moved. What began as political posturing soon gained traction, fueling doubts about security. International media and players' unions picked up the narrative, officially expressing concerns about safety in US cities. FIFA, obsessed with stability, couldn't ignore the growing anxiety. Behind closed doors, frantic negotiations unfolded between FIFA, the White House, and organizers. The tipping point: a leaked FIFA risk assessment declared the US political climate too unpredictable. Faced with operational and reputational risk, FIFA had to choose stick with the US or make a drastic change. They chose change. The North American World Cup dream was shattered by politics and panic. The end came swiftly. On September 28, 2025, FIFA called an emergency press conference. Gianni Infantino announced all US World Cup matches were being relocated to Canada. The reason? Uncertainty over federal security guarantees and a need for stability. Mexico would still host its 10 group matches, but the remaining 94 would now be in Canada. Vancouver and Toronto became the new anchors, with Montreal, Edmonton, Ottawa, and Hamilton added as hosts. These cities now had less than 9 months to prepare for a global mega event. The US Soccer Federation was stunned, calling the move drastic and unnecessary, but it was final. Contracts were torn up, and the world's biggest party was no longer coming to America. The US was left to pick up the pieces. Canada faced a monumental challenge. The World Cup had a new home. Canada was thrust into the spotlight, shocked, excited, and panicked. Prime Minister Trudeau called it an honor and a challenge, promising to deliver the greatest World Cup ever. The original plan for 10 games was now a distant memory. 4 new host cities had to upgrade stadiums and infrastructure to FIFA standards, fast. Billions in emergency funding were pledged. Canada must recruit thousands of volunteers, coordinate security, and manage a flood of over 1.5 million fans. Hotels and flights are already in chaos. For Canadian soccer, this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity. The men's national team will play every game at home, inspiring a new wave of fans. Canada didn't ask for this, but they're embracing it, nervously, but with pride. The world is watching. In the US, the mood is grim. 11 host cities had invested billions. Now, those investments are sunk costs. MetLife Stadium spent $20 million for a final that won't happen. The projected $5 billion economic boost and 40,000 jobs? Gone. Small businesses in host cities face financial disaster. The ripple effects will last for years, a harsh lesson in the risks of mega events. America's reputation as a reliable host is damaged, casting doubt on future events like the 2028 Olympics. For fans, it's a profound loss. Tickets bought, dreams dashed. The World Cup is now just across the border, but out of reach for many. The beautiful game has left an ugly scar. As the shock faded, the blame game began. In Washington, both parties scrambled to pin responsibility on each other. The administration condemned FIFA's move, while investigating the political rhetoric that fueled the crisis. Critics, including Trump, blamed leadership failures, ignoring their own role in the chaos. The World Cup became another front in America's culture wars. Diplomatic tensions rose. The US lodged protests with FIFA and Canada. Canada, diplomatic but firm, is cleaning up a mess not of its making. This episode is a stark lesson. Global sports bodies demand stability above all else. When politics threaten that, they'll act, no matter the fallout. In the end, it's the fans and cities who pay the price. Soccer analysts are stunned, but not entirely surprised. Alexi Lalas put it bluntly, FIFA is risk-averse. Political instability was always a deal-breaker. Some experts say a single-country tournament could simplify logistics, but Canada's new host cities face a massive challenge. Kalen Kyle warns, getting venues World Cup ready in under 9 months is monumental. There's concern about artificial turf. FIFA promises natural grass, but the timeline is tight. Thierry Henry notes, players want perfect pitches, and that's a huge question mark. The quality of the playing surface could become a major story. Most agree, this sets a new precedent. FIFA now demands not just money and infrastructure, but political stability. As one analyst said, your domestic politics are now part of our bidding criteria. The game has changed for everyone. This isn't just about 2026, it's about the future of global sports. The dust is settling on one of sport's most shocking decisions, leaving fans and officials alike in a state of disbelief and reflection. The 2026 World Cup, once a symbol of North American unity and collaboration, is now a monument to political division and discord. The US has been sidelined. Canada is thrust into the starring role, a shift that has surprised many and changed the landscape of North American soccer. For America, it's a painful lesson. Global leadership isn't guaranteed, even in sports. The nation must now grapple with its new reality. The soccer community must rebuild without the catalyst of a home World Cup, focusing on grassroots development and future opportunities. For Canada, it's a nation-defining opportunity. If they succeed, it's a triumph of will and organization, a chance to shine on the global stage. The pressure is immense, but so is the potential reward. Success could redefine Canadian soccer for generations. This saga proves FIFA and other bodies will act ruthlessly to protect their product from political instability, prioritizing the integrity of the game. From now on, any country bidding for a mega event will be judged on political stability as much as stadiums, a new era of scrutiny and accountability. The off-field drama is as compelling as the game itself, and the world is watching what happens next, eager to see how this story unfolds.